This is Lumiere, a luxury restaurant landing page built entirely in React and Vite. But what makes it different from every other beautiful website you've seen is this.
Every pixel of animation you're watching right now is not a video. It's not CSS. It's not a GIF.
It's a sequence of individual image frames rendered live on an HTML canvas, scrubbed frame by frame as you scroll.
As you can see, when I hold down the scroll, the animation stops and remains frozen.
Now, the page doesn't just scroll, it breathes.
Hey, welcome back, or if you're new here, really glad you found this video.
Let's dive into it, how it works. We have many frames here, as you see. When you scroll, JavaScript calculates exactly how far down the page you are. That number maps directly to a frame index. The canvas redraws that frame instantly. And to make it feel alive rather than mechanical, we don't jump to the target frame. We ease toward it, lerping at 10% per animation frame, giving it that buttery cinematic glide. Okay, now go back on that. How do you actually create the frame sequence? That is, the video that I have as you see now, I want to change this to frame sequence. So how do you actually create the frame sequence? This is where easygif.com becomes your best friend. Upload your animation, whether it's a GIF, a video clip, or an existing frame sequence. EasyGIF lets you split it into individual frames instantly. And here's the key move. As you can see, everything is now converted into frames. Export those frames as WEP, not PNG, not JPG, WEP.
Now let's add the frame images to the project. Since this is a starter React plus Vite project, we'll place the frames in the appropriate folder, usually inside the public directory, so they can be accessed properly by the animation logic. I've unzipped the files and renamed the folder to Frames so it's cleaner and easier to reference in the project.
As you can see, the image frames are now successfully added to the project and ready to be used for the animation. Now, let's talk about the images themselves, because this is where most people make a critical mistake. You might think, just use JPG or PNG. They work everywhere, right? Here's the problem. A single high-resolution PNG can weigh anywhere from 800 kilobytes to over 2 megabytes. Multiply that across your site. Show calculator graphic. 173 times 1.2 megabytes equals 207 megabytes. That's over 200 megabytes your users may need to load. That's not performance, that's friction. JPG comparison. JPG compresses more, but it's lossy. You lose gradients, lighting detail, and subtle textures. For a premium design, that visual degradation matters. WebP logo appears. WebP changes the equation. Developed by Google, WebP supports transparency like PNG, compresses like JPG, and delivers files that are 25 to 35% smaller on average without sacrificing quality. Show reduced total size. Same visuals, a fraction of the weight. And remember, performance isn't just about animation frames. It's about every image on your website. Your hero sections, backgrounds, product shots, thumbnails, everything adds up. That's the difference between a site that simply loads and one that truly performs. Remember that 207 megabytes is PNG? Let's do math again, but only this time using WebP. Same number of assets, same visual quality, but now under 60 megabytes. That's nearly a third of the size. So I use WebP because it delivers the same visual quality at a much smaller file size. That means faster load times, better performance, improved SEO, and a smoother user experience, especially on mobile. Less data, faster pages. Based on my experience with AI tools, I believe Claude is the best AI for developers, especially when it comes to animation and complex logic. That's why I use Claude to implement my desired website. One more important tip. For writing advanced prompts, I also used AI to refine them. If you'd like the exact prompt I used, just leave a comment and I'll share it with anyone who wants to use it. As you can see, the generated code follows the provided prompt exactly. Our main objective here is to create the animation. Of course, if we wanted to enhance the visual design, we could easily make it even more beautiful with 1 or 2 additional prompts. However, since the focus is on building the animation with AI, I'll proceed with this prompt and download the code as it is. Since these images are not currently here, the animation isn't visible. Now I'll add the downloaded code to the project so we can clearly see the final result and properly preview the animation.
Now I'm just going to create a new file and paste the code I copied into it. I'll name it landing page, since it's specifically for the landing page. Nice and simple. Then I'll drop the code in there and we'll be ready to go. Then I'll simply import the landing page component into the main page and render it there so we can see everything working together. Now let's go ahead and run the code to see the result and check how everything looks in action. Wow, that's it! Your cinematic restaurant experience is live, locally, in under 30 seconds. This is what modern web experiences can feel like when you stop thinking about pages and start thinking about cinema. A scroll that morphs a world, a format that respects bandwidth, a design system that makes luxury feel effortless.
If you enjoy AI-powered web development, insane animations, and next-level programming ideas, make sure to subscribe to the channel. I regularly share powerful AI prompts, developer tricks, and futuristic website experiments that can completely change how you build on the web. And if you want the full code for this cinematic website, drop a comment below and I'll share it with you.